and welcome to Sunday Night Showdown. I'm talking with famous people. What is it a showdown between exactly? Or with whom? Am I having a showdown? Well, really, this is just a simple showdown between a sleepy Sunday and making a live stream. But a very sleepy Sunday, I slept all day long, which was excellent. You know, I can always use the sleep. Hi, beauty. Yes, you're a beauty, Pooh. Hi, Boba Fett. Hi, Rachel Strauss. Hi, Matthew Alistair. Hold on. My laptop started making noises that I don't like. I probably need to get a new laptop. But I can wait. I'm going to pull up the stream on the big screen here. And we'll see what the chat has in store for us. Oh. Wow. Flow State's latest stream title is I Was Doxxed. Exciting. Hi, INFJ Forever. Hi, Jessica Rogers. So that's a conversation we were having yesterday. Spirit 55. No, this channel is not actually about talking with famous people. It's about talking with regular people. Sometimes treating them as though they were famous, I suppose. You're now a famous person, Spirit 55, because you've spoken with me here on Talking with Famous People. All right, well, you were famous for a moment. And if you want to be famous again, you can just come back here. Keep in mind, well-known celebrities like George Clooney, for example, are not famous people because they've not spoken with me. INFJ Forever says lol. Danny Barry Sports Highlights. Good evening. Hi, Laradox. How you doing? So, while this is a Sunday Night Showdown, I'll admit that a showdown between me streaming for a while and going back to bed is not a very exciting showdown. Kill a Scar Ross YT. Yo to you as well. So I wonder what Flow State's experience was getting doxxed. You want to play Warzone? No, thank you. Celebrities is not barely a thing. We all know plenty of famous celebrities, right? Granted, celebrity is more diffused than before. You have more people occupying the same amount of celebrity space. Yeah, well, that title would grab me too. Answer your question. Have I got a favorite movie? Well, the movie that I typically say that's the answer to this question is Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a really great movie. It's got a little bit of everything going on, you know. It's got great music. It's got a great story. It's got great characters. Well paced. It's a good film. Am I racist? No. I'm not racist. I'm fluidly transracial, so I've been every race. I'll be every race again. Any of you guys have problems with shitty phone chargers? I did. I had to get a new one. like there's no fixing a shitty phone charger, right? You just have to get a new one. All right. But but in terms of recent films, if I was gonna pick a recent film that was my favorite, it's Quiz Lady. Yeah, I am an Asian American storyteller, and not at the moment. I'm not Asian American. Right now, uh, I'm Laotian from Laos, but I'm not American, so I'm just Asian. All right, let's pull another bong rip. Rachel's had some problems with her earbuds and stuff with her iPhone, but I don't think she's really had charger problems. Actually, my old charger broke. I was gonna get a new one. Then Rachel's like, "No, I got several of these things." Hi, Toronto Dump. Yes, I see you there. I have a Samsung flip phone. There myself. I like it a lot. So I managed to get a couple of quick chores done before we even started the stream, and I might get a couple more chores done during the stream, even if possible. I do need to take the trash out. Okay, well, that's fine, Scott. I told you I'm not interested in discussing it further. There's nothing I can do about it. You've already told your story. It's interesting adequately enough. Beyond that, I don't know what to say to you. I'm not the stalking and harassing police. Well, too bad. Who cares? Why do you want mod anyway? Do I like physics? Yeah, I'm interested in it. I tend to read articles on physics, but I am no physicist. I'm no expert on the subject. I can usually understand what's being said when I read, say, an article in Quanta on the subject. Well, I'm not interested in this drama. Sorry. Hi, Blue Kids. The thing is, we all deal with other individuals individually, right? It's possible for somebody to be a bad person to you and not a bad person to me. Especially here on YouTube. Um, it's like I just deal with people as they come up. Do you think the Earth could not be a spinning ball in space? Apparently, NASA's photos are composites or CGI. Yeah, I don't know what you should do, Charles Dump. I'm not interested in helping you solve your problem here. I'm sorry. Yes, I did just hit the bomb. I don't doubt that there is a live stream where they discuss these sort of things, where they can provide you advice and stuff. This is not that live stream. Do I think it's possible the Earth is not a ball in space? Well, I don't see how it could possibly be flat. Well, why would anybody like? Why would there be a an interest in fooling everybody about that? Antonio Salerno says, "I love chicken wings and I'm black." Some dude, Flat Earth Dave, has an app about it. I have no opinion, but he's interesting to listen to. Well, I mean, anytime somebody starts talking flat Earth, I ask questions like, well, do you believe in escape velocity? Yeah, nobody's got a good point, Scott. If it's causing you that much distress, stop being on YouTube. That's straightforward enough. Papa Flarfs, Earth is shaped like a watermelon. Well, a little bit, but you know, it's not that watermelony. I think the Earth is really a giant pyramid floating in space. I've heard flat earther dismiss round Earth series theory because well, there was one time a flat earther came in here and said we're derisively to the idea of it being a round, spherical-ish Earth as a magic marble in space. But it's like, well, why is that more? Why is that somehow less believable than a magic frisbee in space? You know, there's no. The bottom line about the whole thing is, I don't have enough reason to doubt it. It's not like, do I have H. pylori? I don't know what H. pylori is. Mars solar eclipse are not be another until 2044. Do you think that it's stream worthy content or you a watch party? I mean, you know, I'll stream tomorrow at some point when I feel like it. I might link to that event by saying, waiting for the rapture. Just chilling here, waiting for the rapture. You know, what with eclipses and stuff, you're going to get a lot of acid resistant bacteria. It's just drinking Coors Edge, non alcoholic Coors. Well, that was nice of God, Chloe. That's not how you spell Chloe. It's Chloe. They zoom in on the sun that was meant to do under the curve, but it's still there. Our eyes' perspective just couldn't see that part. It's one of their main arguments. That was meant to go under the curve. Huh. Well, I mean, the thing is, it's the thing about a round Earth is that it's not like evolution. Um, I can understand many tests that we can establish that can be done without even leaving the planet to prove that it's round or curved. You know, well, you can do it over large bodies of water. There are certain tests you can do that make intuitive sense to me. Like I understand that why that establishes what it establishes and how it establishes what it establishes. I can replicate it. It makes predictions. So there's really no reason to doubt the roundness of the Earth because it it validates on so many different in so many different ways, and it doesn't really falsify any real predictions, except for like what you might call things one would intuit about around Earth. You know? The reason I believe the Earth is round is I've read a variety of proofs of it, and they've made sense to me. Well, that it's more or less spherical rather than, say, flat. The thing is, I've watched Skylink go overhead from my own house. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it on 2 different occasions. This string of satellites crossing across way up in the sky. So, if in fact you don't believe the Earth is spherical, then, or ish, then do you believe in orbits? Would be the next question. And how do orbits work? I mean, there's huge amounts of our understanding of things that make good sense that are predicated on the idea that we've got more or less spherical objects moving around in space. It's just it just doesn't make any sense that it would really be otherwise. You could once upon a time when see the curve of the earth from windows on the world, the restaurant at the top of the World Trade Center. I have been to the top of the World Trade Centers. I don't think I went to that restaurant though. It was back when I was in middle school. It's one of those things that decreasingly few people will be able to say as time passes. Even now, there's probably not a shit ton of people who can say they've been at the top of the World Trade Center, It's been 23 years. And even while it was standing, most people in the world never went there. I mean, the thing is, you can make a lot of hay about who's asking questions that can't be answered, right? So if I understand the conventional understanding of planetary bodies as spheres moving through space, more or less, then I've got all kinds of questions that the negation can't answer. And the negation has very few questions that I can't answer, even though I'm not particularly an expert on planetary bodies, It's one of those things that falls apart as soon as you dig into it a bit. It may have some intuitive resonance, like, from most places on Earth, we can't see the curve of the Earth. But you know, when you start asking questions like, do you believe in escape velocity? Do you believe that things can orbit around other things? Do you believe the Earth orbits around the sun? You know, we already had our period of time where people were being stubborn and dogmatic about that subject. Back when we thought it was a geocentric solar system or universe, even. I think it's interesting that that would be debated more than evolution, you know. Evolutionists can't even win the debate at all, not even remotely. But that's the status quo. The thing is, I'm very open to questioning things. Like, somebody came in and said, yeah, do you believe in the moon landing? And I say, sure, why not? And he goes, well, Google moon rocks. And so I'm like, okay. And what I read was very shocking, you know. What I determined was very, very shocking. And a piece of evidence that strongly suggests that the US never landed on the moon. Not that it's never been landed on. I think the Chinese landed on. Do I believe the US landed on the moon? I'm not sure what to think about that anymore. Because I saw such a convincing piece of evidence. I am able to be convinced of stuff, right? I am not I'm not closed to having my opinions even dramatically shifted on something. Like, I never thought I'd question the moon landing. I still don't know quite what to think about it, but I have to acknowledge that the fact that the so-called moon rocks the U.S. brought back from the moon were, as far as anybody can actually tell now, not moon rocks. It is pretty compelling stuff, right? I've never heard anything remotely that compelling about evolution, and yet people broadly affirm it. It's crazy. And I'm telling you guys, like, I could not be more willing to have it explained to me. I'm not fighting against it right now. Oh God! I just cleaned up this cat's mess. He just shit a second ago before I started streaming. Right before I started. Now he's pissed, and he pisses like a gallon of piss, of course. I just cleaned this, okay? You can hear how much I'm scooping out of here. Like, right before I started streaming, I cleaned this cat box. Because I came out to have a cigarette, and he came out and shat. That stuff all over the ground, too. This cat is such a pain in the ass. Unbelievable. That was a fun adventure for me. Alright, so, of course, the cat doesn't like to use the cat door. So he's just waiting here for me to open the door for him because he's a big jerk, you know. Smells like marijuana in here. Alright, I did get one task done now here on the stream. I'm thinking I might do something kind of crazy even today. I may do a little vacuuming. And oh sure, maybe that's quite ambitious. I'm not going to deny that. And oh sure, maybe I won't do any vacuuming. But you know what? Let's not worry about that. So basically, all of the sports are over for today, 8:48 p.m. The Laker game's still going on, fourth quarter. But more or less, nothing going on. Thanks, Rachel. I almost titled this stream Sleepy Sunday Night Stream or something like that. Maybe I should have titled it that. I decided Showdown would be more exciting somehow. But I'm going to acknowledge right now, this is not a very Showdown friendly stream. Yeah, you know, I gotta say, though, he sometimes overreaches with his questions. Sometimes he asks inappropriate questions, etc. I do appreciate his contribution. He does ask some interesting questions too. Most of the questions he asks have very straightforward yes or no answers. I suspect he might be SI-DOM, TI-DOM, I'm not sure. Like, he remembers everything I say. If I contradict myself, he asks about it. One time I said we live in a pretty conservative county, and another time I said we live in a libertarian county. He's like, well, which is it? I'm like, well, it's a little bit of both, I guess. In some ways, it's even a liberal county. Like, I mean, it's not like exclusionary, but it's not like racist or something like that, you know. Regardless, I appreciate his keeping accounting of things. Boba Fett says, well, I get it. He's not perfect. He's probably a kid, you know. Well, now that you say that, Boba Fett, really, maybe I am going to be motivated to do a little vacuuming. Let me pull a couple balls first. And then maybe I'll start doing a bit of vacuuming. I need to vacuum so badly, you know. The thing is, vacuuming is not the most exciting thing for a stream to feature as an activity. I don't know. You tell me, Big Rigger. Brent Murray, that's a pretty clever version of that. So I'm just going to time you out for 5 minutes. It's an unusually clever version of that. You hate the noise of the vacuum machine? Well, INFJ Forever, we have a whole house vacuum. It's not nearly as loud as another vacuum might be. Joey C, hey, thanks for having me. Hey, thanks for being here. Are you the famous person I'm talking with today? I appreciate you coming in like that, you know. Yeah, no, I think it's a good enough excuse. I like that excuse, as excuses go. Nathan Carl L. Mandares says, I like you so much. Well, thanks, Nathan Carl L. Mandares. So I do think we'll get a little vacuuming done here shortly. I'm feeling a little vacuum inspired. And I'll admit the following as well. Uh, I'm not feeling very sleepy right now. I think I may have slept myself. Well, no, I still need another good night's sleep at least. But I'm drinking Coors non-alcoholic beer. Coors Edge, it's called. It helps you keep your edge by not having alcohol in it. And you know how much I like to keep my edge. No, thank you. Football Goats 7. Do not repay evil with evil or insult with insult. On the contrary, repay evil with blessing, because this you were called so that you may inherit a blessing. That's a good quote, Dante Willis. You know, people come in here with a variety of Bible quotes. I like that one. I think that's a very Christian quote, you know? And in fact, people want to be mods and wreak havoc or whatever. Well, you're not going to get to be mod for money around here. No, I'm not going to be watching the eclipse. That I am not. But I am going to be keeping my edge tonight. Thanks to Coors Edge, this time in the bottle. I see. Okay, Joey C. Sunrise Solitude says, hey man, how's it going? What should I do, brother? Life's been rough. Keep in mind that things change. You know, sometimes your whole life can change on a dime. So, I guess that's the only advice I'd have for that situation, is keep that in mind, you know. Kind of the best we can do. Have another what? Bong? Maybe I probably should have another bong before I go outside to have a health tube. I got my glasses. I could do a little intermittent vacuuming in between engaging with various things. Well, I hope so too, Sunrise Solitude. Obviously, everyone is very much impacted by their circumstances. And I think it does a great disservice to people to say things like, just have a positive attitude and blah, 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 blah. The best version of that, which I still don't necessarily love this, X Razor X says, protect this man at all costs. Billie Eilish says, what am I watching? You're watching a live stream. But the best version I've heard of that principle of like, just have positive attitude or whatever, is you can always do something to make things better. But while I think that's the best version of that, even that I think is a little bit unfair and dismissive. It's like when things are shitty, the natural response is not to have a positive attitude, but to have a shitty attitude. My teeth look like the remnants of a cave formation. Wow. Did you have a specific cave formation in mind? I had an optimistic outlook on life until I shat myself as a 17-year-old. Well, hopefully that wouldn't impact your outlook on life too much. Patience is a virtue, and realize life will change, so in other words, stop worrying. No, I'm not saying stop worrying. Depending on what you got going on, you may have plenty to worry about. And my point is, sometimes things suck for people, and sometimes it does them a disservice to do anything more than acknowledge that things suck for them. It's like everybody's full of advice. Chin up, things will get better, yeah. Those kind of universal, what do you want to call them, like cheap and easy meows are rarely adequate. Well, sunrise solitude, that will get better, okay? That will get better. You will get past this relationship. You'll appreciate being on your own again for a little while. You'll find another person that you'll love just as much. Praise the Lord, Dad. Praise the Lord. BM90. I'm not sure what BM90 is. I don't do tricks for money, Matthew Alistair. So whenever anybody goes, oh man, if you man, give you man, I say that. What is that behind me? It's my chair and my shutter. That's what it is. This is my chair. That's my shutter. That's my wall. A little bit of the ceiling right there. You can see more wall. These should be easily identified by most people. John Deere says, I only say nasty negative things to people so the positive things they hear have more meaning. How helpful of you, John Deere. How helpful. That is so helpful. Anthony is sup. Terra Double says God loves you. Sounds good to me. Did you know that my G flex goes burr? I don't know what your G flex is. I will tell you, however, outside right now, I fully anticipate that it is Goldilocks and the three birds. You can still see a little snow on the ground here and there. Most of it's melted. But it is brisk. Moved my little seedlings inside. Spent the day outside. Maybe I'll get a wool hat to put on. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back now. Dad, are you dinner or not? I'm not dinner, no. I hope to not be dinner for anybody. I don't do tricks for money, as I've indicated, so. Greetings, Sean L. How are you? Welcome. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but that's fine. It's time in 7:10. I'm not an expert on such terminology. As you see, just a little bit of snow still on the ground after our very unusual late season snow. Well, I appreciate the general advice, Dante, but I actually do not feel like I'm suffering. I do feel like, I could use more sleep. Daniel says community LGTB. I have no opinion on such. Obviously, I treat everybody like an individual regardless of their group label. I don't care about people's group label if they're black, white, gay, straight, Catholic, Jew. It doesn't matter to me. I'm what you'd call an egalitarian. I treat everybody the same. And, well, I just like that expression, as you all say. Whenever people say, I'll give you meow for meow, I'll do meow if I feel like it. Don't offer me money. Then you're just saying, what are you trying to be, my employer? If somebody has a good idea and I feel like doing it, I'll do it. And if I don't, I won't. I'm not a YouTube whore, okay? I need these glasses to see things. Hit the fent, Maine. Now, I don't hit the fent. I think the fent is probably not a particularly great drug to indulge in. Yeah, Rachel's in the bedroom. Well, thanks, Cage66. Are you from the 66? I'm also from the 66 originally. God told you to hit the fent. Oh, you're from the 307, huh? I don't know where the 307 is. But yeah, I spent most of my life in LA, living in the 66. So, I don't want you to ship me anything. Thank you, Simon. Well, I don't drink alcohol. Where's your mother? I do smoke weed, but I don't drink alcohol. I quit drinking alcohol a little more than 10 years ago. Um, I see. Well, I don't quite know what that means, but that's fine. I live a somewhat, what would you call it? What's that word I'm looking for? What is that word I'm looking for? It's a word that means, like, protected by, like, kept away from the real world a lot. You know, what's that word? The rebound session says we used to do a lot of cocaine back in the day. Who's we? You and me? It wasn't me. Sheltered, that's the word, right? I live a pretty sheltered life here. Sheltered is the word I'm looking for. I never did a lot of cocaine, so that wasn't me. I did at one time do a fair amount of meth back in the day. That was quite a long time ago. You know? Like, you know, more than a decade ago. Bye, Dad. Bye, son or daughter. Yeah, I did back in the early 2000s. Yeah, it was bad. No, I'm not. It was bad, but it wasn't as bad as alcohol. But it's not good to be on either of those drugs for me. So I haven't done it in a long time. You know, I think the harms of meth are somewhat overstated. It doesn't ruin everybody. It didn't ruin me. You do have prescription meth, and some people, you know, function on it. Alcohol was more life and soul destroying for me than meth was. So, anyway, I'm grateful to have sustainable drug habits now, you know. I got some mushrooms right over there. I take them about once a week, but I only take them when I'm on Adderall, which I'm usually on Adderall for about 2 weeks, off for about 2 weeks. So, um, right now I'm off. Well, 710, I've never really experienced withdrawals from quitting smoking weed. I don't smoke as much weed as I used to. You know, I want I want the weed to work when I do smoke it. So just like pulling bowls all day is kind of not excellent. No, I don't really like benzos. I do occasionally take half Klonopin to help me go to sleep or whatever. But yeah, well, remember also Sunrise Solitude. Right now you are in a state of ontological distress and shock. You've gone through a breakup that's, you know, going to be really traumatic and dramatic and so forth. And so you got to give yourself a little time to return to your normal self. If you weren't like that prior to the breakup, then I would be more likely to attribute it to circumstance than to some sort of systemic problem. But if you were like that before the breakup too, uh, then yeah, you might want to get on Adderall. You know, it does what it's supposed to do. You can't eat or sleep Well, that's what they prescribe it for, is ADHD. I mean, I don't know if I have any kind of disorder at all, really, but I like having amphetamines some of the time. And I'm not going to start doing meth again or anything like that, so I'm on a relatively small amount of it. I don't want more, you know. It's like I uh I go on it, I get all like, you know, bright-eyed and bush-tailed for a couple weeks. And then I run out, and then I chill for a couple weeks. But the thing is, because I'm feeling enthusiastic in general about life right now, uh, and I'm enjoying live streaming more than I have in a long time, because I'm seeing a lot of new people getting to talk about new things, and I'm able to just live stream about whatever I feel like. I'm not so trapped in talking about cognitive functions as once I was, which was fine. It's just an important subject, I think, but I'm tired of talking about it. Yeah, well, benzos are an iffy proposition, okay? Benzos are not a good party drug. Rachel has to take benzos as part of her 3-drug cocktail that she takes for her bipolar mania. But all right, let me answer this question. I love Nursery Rhyme says, "What do you think the meaning of life is?" Well, the way to address this question is to point out that when you ask the question, "What is the meaning of life?" it can be phrased as that way, or it can be phrased as, "What is the purpose of life?" It's hard exactly to distinguish what we mean by those two terms, except in the following fashion. Hi, Wilbur Graves. That we either frame the question in terms of we are purposed for something, either personally or collectively, which implies a purposer, either a god or, like, say, if it's a simulation, then the simulators or somebody in that role. Letitia Grandsod, I will say your name, but I do not like to do tricks for money, so I would say it just because you're here. Um, so, so then the alternative to that is that we say, no, life is an entirely natural phenomenon. There's no outside agency causing things to happen, making things how they are. And accordingly, whatever meaning we make in life, we make for ourselves, and it has no kind of objective, there's no way to objectively validate the meaning. So you're stuck when asking that question between a rock and a hard place, right? You're either going to answer it with, we can indeed know what our purpose is and that we have some purpose because we are going to believe in some purposer. And we believe that having a relationship of some sort with that purposer informs us definitively about our purpose, potentially at least. Or we believe that there is no such purposer, in which case, while instead of having objectivity about our purpose, we have objectivity about our lack of purpose, and we acknowledge that all meaning making is fundamentally arbitrary. So, quick question. I have 9-month-old babies in my basement. How about you? I don't have any babies of any sort. I don't even have a basement. I wish I had a basement. Do I think aliens are in the water? No, I don't. Adrian Garcia, hello, how are you? Good evening. What's going on? And so forth. Your internal monologue is wild, Eric. I mean, I'm speaking out loud. I wouldn't call this internal monologue. You might call it monologue. I'm talking to you, Adrian Garcia. What's inside Area 51? I don't know, military stuff. Didgeridoo. I'm not sure I think much of the didgeridoo as an instrument, really. Certainly, it's not an instrument I'm inclined to learn. The Cult of Cage says, I'm joining the Air Force. If I get inside Area 51, I'll let you know. I'm sure if you do get inside Area 51, you will not let us know. I'm pretty sure the military will disallow that. HK says, question, how was your day? My day has been very sleepy. I slept all day. I woke up really early in the morning and then I slept all day. I got up for a little while to reheat some leftover spaghetti and eat that, and then I went back to sleep. Do I think they're interdimensional beings? No, because I don't think people understand what dimensions are when they say that. Dimensions are like height, width, breadth, time. Because mathematicians can map dimensions, they can apply the same mapping techniques to hypothetical dimensions that only exist mathematically. That do not exist in the real world. Okay? Even if there were some fifth dimension, it wouldn't be a place you could go. It is Sleepy Week, true. I got at a very terrible job at the start of March, and then my fire under my ass, so I fast tracked around the Air Force when I get out of this place. Well, hopefully you don't find the Air Force a more terrible job than the one you're getting away from. Lou, good evening, and welcome to Talking with Famous People. What a delight to see you. Show Media, hello, and welcome. So good to see you. That's not butane, that's propane. I'm using a propane torch, okay? I'm using clean burning propane. It's just, I've got multiple reasons for using this propane torch just to smoke flour, okay? A lot of people will be like, why are you using a propane torch to smoke flour? Well, I'll tell you why in a second. One very good reason is that I have here history's cloggiest bowl, okay? It needs very regular pokings. Even then, well, Simon, I'm telling you why, okay? The torch helps it to be a little bit less cloggy. Number two, there's only one lighter that I never put in my pocket and walk away with. This one. So every other lighter I have, I'm just going to put in my pocket and I have to pat around my pocket. Where is my lighter? Yeah. This one is here. It's here and it doesn't go in my pocket. Adrian Garcia says, you ever been to Happy Ending? No, I don't know what that is. JJ Verse says, hi. Hi. Rachel says, I think I'm more funny with the people I'm close with. Sometimes Rachel's very funny. She says some very funny things occasionally. She doesn't make a lot of jokes. When she does, it's funny. Right. Well, it's math that's not about real dimensions, right? It's like, since we can map these dimensions on these axes, let's pretend we had other axes that we could map dimensions on. Okay, Simon 710. There's no reason for me to clean my bong that well. It's just gonna get filthy again. Alright, so I clean it periodically with rubbing alcohol and salt, which is gonna have to be good enough. I'm not you, alright? I don't care about it that much. Asian massage place? No. I did get a massage in China, but it was a regular massage. It was a dude. He bent me in every possible direction. It was crazy. It needs regular poking for sure. All right, so hi Tony Hawk's Norwegian Wasteland. Hi Omarin Hero from Brazil. Simon says clean peace equals clean high. Eric says Eric is not Simon. Greg says, do you think we have free will? Yes. Nice beard, Uncle. Thank you. I had to do the test where they grab your balls and you cough from a military physical. Well, that's fun. Good night, INFJ Forever. And hopefully we'll see you again. Nice to see you here. It's not much fun to have a strange German man touch you down there. Brazil equals Pele. Well, Pele was from Brazil. That's true. I think Brazil has more going on than just Pele. Are you work? You mean do I work? Not really. Sort of, a little bit sometimes. It depends what you call work, I do stuff. Do some chores sometimes. Stupid 26 says yes, no. Thoughts on Che Guevara? A horrible authoritarian thug. Well, I don't understand things the same way you do, Simon. So you're just gonna have to be okay with that. Let's go to the garage. Thanks. It is a nice house. I love it here. It's wonderful. Okay, you go up front. Let's go to the garage instead. We were here in the foyer. It's got this nice ceiling fan here. I like it. Okay. So now we're going to the garage. So I can both sort of be inside and have a hot tube. Okay. You guys can look at the little wilderness car. Because, used to be I just smoked however, whenever, wherever. Didn't think about it. But these days, YouTube will age restrict your video if you smoke on camera. They're all like, that's not appropriate for kids. I mean, kids see people smoking in the world all the time, Hi, Squiggles. What's going on? That's a whole lot of squiggles that I don't understand. They don't understand. Well, I'm just lighting a cigarette. My goal in every instance is, see, you and I have a different understanding of what makes for a clean bong rip, right? For me, a clean bong rip is defined as a bong rip that I pull through in one pull all the way through. It needs to be perfectly sized and it needs to pull all the way through. That's my primary number one thing. With that bong, which I like a lot, but which has a narrow urethra, the torch is definitely the way to go. And I'm just not that kind of like weed snob, I smoke too much weed to be a weed snob. I mean, obviously I don't like terrible weed, but I'm not that persnickety about things. I remind you of actor Stephen Lang. Okay, well, you pull balls how you want to pull balls, and I'll pull balls how I want to pull balls. Am I lying about what? No, I'm not lying about anything. Welcome, Mumu. Welcome to the Arabian Peninsula. Do I like nachos? Well, I don't dislike nachos. I wouldn't say that I go out of my way to have nachos. Gio Naruto. Hello. Are you a Naruto fan? I'm also, well, I certainly am a veteran of watching Naruto. You have a great night too. I will try to stay healthy and happy, yes. Hello, Nepal Education YT. I take it you're in favor of education in Nepal. Sandalwood. You know what Rachel says about sandalwood? That it's one of the main smells in Jennifer Aniston's perfume. Jesus Christ is here. Oh, that's cold. That's why I've got the beanie on. It's actually, there's snow on the ground outside. I'm from California. sunny California, but at the moment it's still quite chilly. I'm sitting here in the garage. I'll show you outside. You see probably that there's like a snow on the deck still. I mean, it gets dark when you point that way, but anyway, we still have a lot of snow on the ground. That's why I'm wearing this beanie. Can I explain the education system of California? Completely fucking garbage. I don't know. It's horrible, right? It's, you got, it's fine. It's actually not that cold. We've gotten pretty acclimated to the cold since we moved here. No, Scott, I am not. No. How is that going to help you? I know. Obviously, I'm not making you a mod. I've already told you this. Stop bugging me about this. I don't care. Have I not made that clear? I'm only at 4,000 feet. So not particularly high up, but this recent storm was quite low snow level. And no, Nepal education, YT, we cannot live together. No, we're not snowed in. We just have a little snow on the ground still. Okay, well, you only have like 50 different accounts, Big Randy. For fuck's sake. It's not going to happen. I'm not making anybody mod. Just relax. Oh, wait. I forgot my beverage. Nobody bans anybody around here except me, Big Randy. Unless it's super obvious that somebody should be banned. Okay? I generally frown on mods banning people. Alright, just time them out. I'll ban them if they need to be banned. Unless it's super obvious. Like they're just spamming whatever. Then you just go ahead and ban them. But, I own this home. That's generally considered a rude question in Paul education. I will tell you that I don't make really any money from YouTube. So. I think it's at $150 a month. Big Mac. Deuce and Kooks. Yeah, please. I don't have a Big Mac for you. So you'll have to get your Big Mac elsewhere. So currently it's 39 degrees outside. That's why I got this hat on. Yeah, I don't really care that much about negative comments. I'm not somebody who just wantonly times people out or whatever. But I enjoy rye whiskey. I don't drink alcohol. When I did drink alcohol, I did enjoy that. But I don't know. So, Kawana says, and Big Randy, just don't return to the other channel after talking mess about here about being mistreated. Okay, well, Randy, things don't operate like that around here, all right? Just chill out. I'm not involved with any other channels. You know, these mods here have all been grandfathered in from a time period before when I had any new people around here. Kawana, you're from Crack 40 TV. Nepal Education says they got 2 copyrights on your strikes on your channel. Well, that's bad. Jojo123 says WTF. Lemonade also wants me to order them a Big Mac. Okay, well, I don't care, Randy, Scott, whatever you are. How did you get here? Well, no matter how you got here, it was the most important journey of your life because now you are here at the internet's only YouTube channel. Okay. I'm not going to be able to do that. So, yeah, well, Kawana, I don't know what's going on with all that, but around here, you can't even earn a wrench, okay? If you're not already grandfathered in, you're not becoming a moderator. That's just all there is to it. Until and unless things get so crazy that I have to add more moderators, I can't conceive of that happening really. It's like moderator. Oh my God. How much more trouble is it worth than it's worth to make people a moderator? You know, it's ridiculous. Like, this is somebody I'm ready to time out at this point. Okay. This Big Mac person. The other one can be timed out as well. Mumu's crying because I actually moderated. Okay. Oh, yeah. Ridiculous. Julio Rivas, hi. Hello and good evening. Welcome to Talking with Famous People. Land of land of the Big Mac. I suspected as much, Julio, in that I do not recognize you. And I do tend to recognize people who come around here because what I do in general is to engage with the chat. So okay, Kawana. Well, thank you for your input. And once again, oh God. Let me guess, lemonade. Okay, we'll let that one go. Well, I guess we won't. That one I'll admit, Lemonade, that was funny. Okay, enough, Big Randy. I don't care. That's fine. I thought that one was pretty funny, though, Lemonade. I enjoyed that one. Newsboy hat would look good on me. I have. Why that time? Why did you show? Why could you show media? How did you possibly delete him that time? Come on now. See you later, Big Randy. What a bunch of dramatic dramas around here, huh? I mean, the thing is, of course, they're not dramas related to us at all. They're just someone else's dramas they're trying to get us involved in. Well, I don't want to. I don't really know you, but you seem like a very sad person. Do I? Hmm. I'm not going to start twerking, but I do appreciate getting unsolicited commands from random people. Yeah. Who has sad on their bingo card? Oh, Vikax. All right. You Big Mackers. Oh, is this the new Skibbity, Ohio, or what? You kind of look like 21 Savage. Fire. I don't know who 21 Savage is. Well, Madness, who has teeth on the bingo card. Wait, why does he look like Drusky? I don't know who Drusky is. You have strong patience, bro. I actually enjoy this process. This is not something by and large that I dislike. The Big Mac thing is just it's just tonight's version of craziness. This is the new Skibbity, Ohio. Big Mac now, please, extra cheese. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Thoughts of people who stormed the Capitol? I mean, I think it's ridiculous. Obviously, there's there needs to be a peaceful transition of power. Everybody needs to respect that. I don't know what else to say about it. I don't want to look that up. Thank you very much. That's horrible. I have to remove that. Well, I mean, what I just read was rather distressing. Dylan Fletcher. So in that regard, at the moment, I felt rather distressed by GZOG's chat at 9:45. I'm trying to translate the Spanish here. Estoy pasando ahora estoy in your job. I'm not sure what to make of that. I don't want to. I don't do tricks for money. Vikax. Moo Moo says squiggle squiggle squiggles. Albert Grossman said, I love your live stream thumbnail. Thank you. Your Pookie Jocelyn says, hi. Hello. How are you? Um, Hi, I'm new. Well, welcome. Okay, why are you putting this stuff? GZOGZ. It's distressing to me. Um, I don't like it. I'm not sure what your point is. So I think I'm gonna put you on timeout for a minute. Well, we're having to do a lot of enough of the Big Mac stuff. All right. Okay. I'm having to make decisions about like whether or not to time people out and stuff too much. It's frustrating. It takes me more attention. It takes more attention for me to decide whether to time somebody out than it does to uh, to respond to what they're saying or anything. Okay, well, Big Randy. Okay, well, that's very powerful of you, Big Randy. That's very powerful of you. Uh, well, you do whatever you want to do, Big Randy. I'm not telling you what to do or not to do. I guess I am telling you at some point, like, enough with your dramatics, you know? But you'll notice I'm letting it go anyway. So, do I think people should carry guns for protection? I mean, I'm planning on purchasing. We currently have a rifle, but I'm planning on purchasing a handgun because but I'm not going to carry it around. Do I think people should? I don't really have an opinion about that. Oh, for God's sakes! Sure, I mean everybody has haters, right? I was actually shocked when I scrolled onto this live because I drew a portrait a few days ago that looks exactly like you. Uh, I want to say maybe I jumped the gun on timing out GZOZ with inadequate justification. I wasn't sure, I'm not sure why he was pointing to that thing. It depends why he was pointing to that. And I probably was a little bit quick on timing him out before I really understood what he was getting at. Since he didn't seem to speak particularly good English. Hi Heather P. So if they're still here, I'm sorry about that. I'm a little bit quick with that. Uh I don't think that person was drawing a portrait of their soulmate. Okay. That's the power only I have and that other Chinese guy. Well, you know, you cannot get somebody a copyright strike unless they actually violate somebody's copyright. You cannot get somebody a copyright violation unless they actually violate a community standard. I don't want to BJB. Okay? I don't want to say that. Debbie Summers wishes me all the best. Well, thanks, Debbie Summers. So I am not exactly sure what my durability here is on the live stream tonight. I think I may play a little bit of guitar, and then I'll probably wrap it up. But I might, before I do that, I might I don't know, pick up a couple of things. For example, a couple coffee cups here. You know what? I can make myself a cup of coffee. Let me finish this. Let me make a cup of coffee. No BJB. Don't spam it, please. That's what you got for being a skibbity bomber clap. I have no idea what happens after we die. I don't think anybody does, you know? You're welcome, Debbie Summers. All right, so let's do a thing or two here. Let's be slightly useful. Let's take this cup, this spoon, this cup, and this other cup into the kitchen, rather than just having dishes sitting around, you know. Yeah, that's all the dishes I can see. So, you hope it's not a black mess. I hope it's not like Middle Ages style hell with fire and pitchforks. Yeah, that'd be pretty terrible as afterlives go. All right, this coffee is not hot, and it's kind of old, but that's fine. It's not that old, and I'm going to heat it up in the microwave, and it'll be fine. And then tomorrow I'll make a new pot of coffee. All right. Next up in order of business of things that we're going to do. Look at us go. We're going to take this trash out. It's obviously very full. It needs to be taken out. So let's do it. Let's get on our high horse and do it. Like, why are you always telling me to get off my high horse? If I don't get on my high horse, I'm never going to do anything. All right. Kind of windy. I hear wind chimes from the neighbor's house. Yeah, the blue hammer is moderators. Now, percolator refuse trough. Yeah, that percolator refuse trough is pretty gross. Let's acknowledge that right now. I need to put some dishes in the dishwasher too. We got a lot of dishes in here. Wait, this is dirty, right? Or clean? Hold on a second. I need to check with Rachel if that's dirty or clean. Oh, the ones in here are dirty? Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. they're dirty. So put these in here. I'll put this in here. I'll put this in here. Put those coffee cups right there. Next time we go to the store, we're going to get more pasta, a different kind of pasta, and I'm going to do a better job next time I make pasta. I was not pleased, really, with my recent pasta dish. It was not particularly good. But you know what? I'm not a quitter, okay? I'm not a quitter sometimes. Sometimes I am a quitter, but sometimes I'm not a quitter. And this is one of those times, okay? I'm going to make a good pasta dish next time. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be everything you always dreamed it was going to be, and more. So, well, this needs to soak. I'll put that in there for now. And then tomorrow I'll put that in the dishwasher. So that's some good progress. I did a good job. Good job, Eric. All right, now it's time to put a new trash bag in the trash can. Just stay there, don't fall over. This is called a trash bag. I got it from the cabinet. I open it by shaking it like that. Then I place the trash bag into the trash can, making sure to pull the edges over the edges. Then I can begin throwing a piece of trash away. Now, I'm going to throw this other piece of trash away. Good for me. Here's another piece of trash. Thank you for beeping and reminding me, microwave, that I've got a hot, fresh cup of coffee here, ready to put creamer into. All right, let's creamerate this coffee. To creamerate your coffee, you're going to need to use a lot of coffee creamer. Like that much, okay? Then you're going to want to get a spoon. This spoon is for stirring. By stirring your coffee around, the creamer turns from dust into creaminess. That's the magic of non-dairy creamer. Next, you're going to have to let your cat out. Go ahead. Then, don't forget to turn this light off. Why is it still light, Eric? You turned the light off. Aha! Because the other light is still on. Let's turn that light off as well. There, now the kitchen is dark. Yeah, I do. I used to worry more about it, but we've lived here now over a year, and so far so good. Both the cats are quite homebody-ish. I don't know what he's fretting about tonight, Sean L. He seems to be doing a more sort of generalized fretting. I wouldn't worry too much about it. That coffee is delicious, like Swedish fishes. Do I enjoy chicken Alfredo? Sure. That girl says, "Hey, Grandpa." Hi, that girl. Maxine Seeth Clang says, "What are you watching?" I'm watching the live chat. Would you like to see what I'm looking at? You see what I see? I will show you. I'm just watching the live chat. You drove up where in Acacia's vehicle? That makes it easy for me to see the chat and respond to it. I don't have to read it off of my phone, you know. Paper to paper. Hello to you too. Asher411, hello. Beastie for real. Well, Maxine Syeth McClang says, blue face looking shocked. Mutenta says, also provide holo. No sugar, just creamer though. Creamer kind of has a little bit of a sweetening taste to it. When you went to Burbank, I missed my second flight after layover last night, and they rerouted me to LAX as opposed to Burbank and said my luggage would be at Burbank to pick up. But when I went to Burbank to get it, they said your luggage had been moved to LAX. Oh my God. How annoying is that? Oh my God. I took a short video of that WW2 spotlight, by the way. I've linked to it if you. Yeah, I am interested in seeing it, Chanel. That'd be cool. I'm married, that girl. Happily married to my beloved wife, Rachel.
I got 2 bags for garbage.
Okay. Are they up on top or down on the bottom?
Down on the bottom.
All right, I'll take them in a second.
Take your time. Thank you for unloading or loading dishwasher.
Mm-hmm. No problem. Have I ever had Tim Hortons coffee? Interesting question, John, because we were just talking about that for the first time I ever remember talking about it last night.
Yeah.
Somebody asked about Tim Hortons, and I said, it sounds familiar, but I don't think I've ever been there. My wife's 39. I'm 52. Wow. That's quite a spotlight.
It is.
Looks like you got a little rain.
Is that for the eclipse?
No, Sean busted out this World War II spotlight at Fort Flagler. I guess they light it up, to demonstrate it periodically. And I guess he went there and got this footage of it.
Cool.
Cool. Thanks, Sean. Argelia Gomez, hello. How are you? Bienvenidos. Alexander Sweeting, if you see this, wave your hand. I'm not going to wave my hand, but I do see that. Mutenta says, I'm Sweden. I am from Africa and Zambia. Well, good for you. John says they have it in America now. They have what in America now? Oh, Tim Hortons coffee. I have not had it, no. If I encounter it, like if I see it in the supermarket, maybe I'll get it. This particular coffee is Hills Brothers. The last time I went to the store, I got Hills Brothers coffee. And I like it. No, I don't hate monkeys. You, Guybrush Threepwood, you are a person who I'm talking with and therefore qualify as a famous person. Big Randy, I mean, maybe I will. I don't know, actually. It's like, I don't personally care, but other people might. If it bothered other people, then I probably would. I mean, I'd be surprised if Big Randy can actually determine someone's IP from just their YouTube channel like that, but maybe. No, I read it. Well, here, Guybrush Threepwood volunteered, so he said, "Show my IP." So go ahead and show Guybrush Threepwood's, and you have his express permission to do so. So you won't get timed out for that. If you want to show Guybrush Threepwood's, go for it. They said go for it. So let's see it. Well, then Guybrush Threepwood can confirm whether or not you actually got their IP right. All right, I have trash to take out. As the man, obviously I'm supposed to take trash out. But unfortunately for Rachel, she had to bring it all the way down to the bottom of the stairs for me to get it. I have to take those up to the street either tonight or tomorrow morning. I'll probably take them up tonight at some point here. Well, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be entirely verified, but, you know, it's a start. Yeah, actually, John, we do have, That I'm going to put you on timeout for. I don't know what you're trying to get at there, but I don't like that kind of joke. So that's getting you timed out. Yeah, we do have garbage service, and I don't like the joke about the exhaust there. I don't think we need that kind of joke, so I got rid of it. I timed him out for that. Big Randy put a joke, presumably, about Ruben's search history. The Pornhub part of it would have been fine, but the offing yourself part I didn't appreciate, so I kind of timed that. I don't think that's appropriate to joke about, really. And you know, it's kind of arbitrary, but maybe links also to, I think YouTube's pretty sensitive about that stuff. Yeah, I did ride motorcycles, and yeah, I didn't mind the browser's renewal / Pornhub stuff, but I didn't like that other bit. So that got timed out. I did used to have a Honda CB750, like a 1981. It was a cool little bike. Rode that for a while. Sold that. Later on, I got a an 1150, and it was more of a cruising bike. Sold that eventually. I'm this is all getting distracting to me. All right, let's go outside for a health tube, okay? Okay, well, if you're trying to claim you're not joking, then I'm going to have to conclude you're defaming Ruben, since, after all, that's not the person I asked you to provide the IP for, nor is that the same thing as providing the IP. So I'm going to have to time you out again if you're claiming that that's actually his meow, right? So you keep running afoul of some basic limits, right, Big Randy? Note that it is me doing this, not anybody else. And why? It's because you're being, you know, you're obviously crossing limits. So there you have it. If you're really so good at this, Big Randy, why don't you tell me my browser history? And then we can look at it and see if you're right. How about that? You've got 5 minutes of time out to get yourself prepared to tell everyone my browser history. And we can all look at it together and see if you're right. How about that? Because after all, there's absolutely nothing of interest in my browser history. I'm trying to think, like, what have I been browsing about? I mean, it's just all going to be like, it's either going to be, well, if I tell him it wouldn't be very impressive if he got it right. Tia has a tough cookie to deal with, right? Like, he's really struggling to get some kind of response. Um, you know, kind of losing the shape of his character in the process, like what character he's playing, you know. He's not going to find a lot of sort of credulous gullibility in me towards anything particular. He's not going to find any purchase for his pleas for help or whatever. Now he's kind of shifted gears into a different character. Anyway, the trash truck never seems to really come much before 10 a.m. I'll be up. I can take trash out tomorrow in the morning or whatever. Gregory song stuck in your head because of Rachel. Well, that's nice to hear. Yeah, my web history is super bland. Meow. High tension 720. Yeah, I can't imagine what your search history would be like. Be probably a bunch of stuff about like metrics, using new tools to accomplish things, stuff like that. You know, boring stuff. Well, I'm getting pretty tired. I think I might play a couple of songs on the guitar before I go. That sounds pleasant, actually. I think I will. Is your friend named Nick something? Every life lived reaches a time when the road splits in two. There are times, dark times, times of despair, times when it's hard to feel good. That's when I look for my sack full of solvency and that satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Every life lived reaches a time when the road comes to an end. I'm there, will there be anybody else around? Or will I travel all alone? That's when I look for my sack full of solvency and that satchel filled up with bone. Yeah, that satchel, now nothing but home. Satchel of helpful goods. 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 Well, that was pleasant. It's okay, Ghost in the Machine. People come here for their own reasons, you know. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them. Because he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them. Until the bridge brings a new approach. A sneakily he'll try to encroach up on the guilty, then perhaps he'll get the chance to yell at them. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. skies. Yeah, we're working on figuring it out. You know, there's gonna be some growing pains, I think, and that's okay. Thanks, Winston's mom. And thanks, Iron Line. Appreciate it. You know, we won't be perfect in dealing with things. Sometimes we'll be a little slow to time someone out or hide them or whatever. Sometimes we'll be a little fast. And, you know, we'll figure it out as we go. That's just part of the reality of the channel growing. I think it's a good thing. You know, other people might not love it. If you liked it the way it's been for a long time, then I get that. Oh, I mean, me too, Ghost in the Machine, for sure. I'm not disagreeing with you about that. I'm a property owner. I'm armed, and same thing. I'm not going to let you invade my physical space or provide any kind of physical threat. But also, it's the case that I understand this environment is a little different than the physical world, right? So I don't take things too personally. It's all part and parcel of the business of live streaming. And you know, I try to keep an even keel in response to all kinds of different things. And it's the core skill of being a successful live streamer, I think. It's a skill I have developed over time and I'm getting better at, and I hope it carries me to greater success. We'll find out. George Pudas asks, what's good, Unc? Well, what is good is a lot of different things are good. Currently, see, this horrible long. It's a great bong and it's a horrible bong at the same time. It's like if you don't overload the bowl and it's nice and poked clear, they just will pull everything straight through. All right, let's try this again. What are you going to do? What are you going to do in life, huh? So, you know, chat rate goes up and down. Depends on the kind of people who are here, what they're here for, what they want to engage or not. Sweetie Slots and more. If I didn't say hello yet, hello. Nice to see you. I think I'll wrap it up for this evening. And sure, I'll see you again before too long. If tonight goes like last night goes, I'll probably be up at 3 in the morning streaming again and then sleep during the day. Who knows? Hi, Chris Maquette. You got here at the last second, so I'll have to say goodbye. But I'll be back sooner than later. Until then, have a great evening. Love you all. Bye-bye.